Good afternoon.
Hello and welcome to ИнстаФорекс Economic News TV channel with us, Ekaterina Stikhina
and Takhmina Salomova.
You are watching the currency and commodity market review for the last week.
What changes took place in the foreign exchange markets we held last week?
On Friday, the US dollar slipped into a bearish trend against the euro.
And what triggered the sell-offs?
The shared currency managed to recover after the Deutsche Bank concerns died down. In early trading, the euro fell against other major currencies on the back of worries about the European banking sector. Nevertheless, by the end of the session, the euro-USD pair rose to the level of 1.1240. The single currency finished the week with zero losses. The single currency changed the downward trend to a rally after Deutsche Bank shares started to recover amid reports that the amount of the United States fine to the bank had been cut to $5.4 billion from $14 billion. Separately, the British pound rose against the US dollar Friday after reports showing the UK GDP for April-June was revised to a larger than expected figure, and an encouraging report on the country's current account, which had calmed markets over potential negative consequences of Brexit. The GBP-USD pair hit the level of 1.2976 by the end of the session, but for the week the pound remained near the level set to which it opened last Monday. The UK GDP grew by 0.7% in the second quarter against expectations of a 0.6% gain. A separate report showed that the deficit of the current account in the same quarter increased only to £28.7 billion from £27.0 billion in the first quarter. Analysts had predicted the deficit to have risen to £30.5 billion. That is all about the current tendencies on Forex.
Thank you for the currency pair overview, Takhmina.
You are welcome, Ekaterina. What trends prevailed in the commodity market last week?
The oil market was pleased with the rally, while gold traded in the red.
What was behind such moves?
Crude oil gained from the OPEC decision to shrink deliveries. Friday was the third day of continuous growth of oil futures. Investor sentiment improved after OPEC members agreed to cut production. Brent crude oil for December delivery rose by 38 cents on Friday to $50.19 per barrel. On Thursday, Brent contracts reached a high of 26 August. For the week, Brent futures advanced by $4.30 due to the agreement of OPEC countries on the limitation of production. Brent gained to more than 4% in September, but in the third quarter it remained almost unchanged. November futures for WTI crude oil went up to $48.24 per barrel. For the week, prices rose by 7.79% on a decline in U.S. oil inventories. Prices jumped by almost 8% in September and by more than 1% for the quarter. At the same time, gold futures couldn't keep in an upward trend and closed in the red zone on Friday. On the COMEX diversion of the New York Mercantile Exchange, gold futures for December delivery fell by $7.25 to settle at $1,313.80 per troy ounce. For the week, the precious metal fell in price by 1.79% as markets continued to speculate on the timing of a next hike in the Fed's key interest rate.
Ekaterina, thank you for the commodity market review.
You're welcome, Takhmina.
You have watching the weekly currency and commodity market review on ИнстаФорекс TV channel.
It was presented to you by us, Takhmina Salomova
and Ekaterina Stikhina.
Have a great day. Goodbye.
See you.